Hi, it's Karen Lance with Sacred Quilt, and today I'm going to share with you how I make a design wallet. I start with a plain old manila folder. It has the little ridges on it, that's fine. And I'm going to measure up from the bottom 3 1/4 inches. And I just use a pencil. I measure it in 2 places so I get a nice straight line, like so. Like this. And I cut it out from the fold up, and I'm going to cut through both layers. And if you have a rotary cutter that's devoted to doing this, to use on paper, you could use your rotary cutter and your ruler that you use to cut your fabric. But you need the rotary cutter that's just for paper. So now I have a long piece, and I'm going to find the midpoint of this. On the box it says this was a manila folder that was 9 by 12. They're never truly 12 inches. That's why I can't tell you to cut it in half at 6. This one actually is measuring 11 5/8 plus. So almost half of that is about 5 7/8, a little bit less. 5 7/8, a little bit less. I'm making another straight line. I can also line it up with the lines on the ruler. I cut that in half. And there you have 2 design wallets. But now you need to work on the inside. So for the inside, I'm going to put these aside. I take a plain piece of paper. I took it right out of the printer. And I measure over, just going to make sure, 5 1/2 inches is good. So I'm just going to make a little line, and I'm going to fold it. Let me think about that. Yeah. I'm going to fold it on that line. So now you can see it's narrow like the cover is. It matches up. And I'm going to fold this in half, again from the bottom in half. And then I'm going to fold it in half again. And that's just simply to divide your paper so you have a place for the fabric. And now you're going to tape it into the wallet like this. And I happen to have double stick tape, which is great. I love it. But you could also use your Scotch tape that you just make a little circle out of, and use that to tape it in. You'd want to make a few of those. You can use a stapler if you like. And I also have a glue stick here. You could use a glue stick. Anything you have on hand. Don't make it complicated. Just do it. So now I'm going to tape it in nice and square. And there you have it with all the compartments in it. And I'll show you one I did that I've been carrying in my handbag for about 8 months now. I had it in a side compartment so it didn't get all gross and yucky. It really isn't too worn out. And on it, I have all my fabrics taped. And I even drew the pattern on the back to remind myself of the size, so I knew how much fabric to buy when I went fabric shopping. And it worked really well. And I'll show you a couple others I just made, because I was in another quilt store recently and I didn't have these made, and I was really disappointed in myself just because it would have been nice to know what colors to fill in with. This has some of the cherry wood that I got at Quilt Con. That was my big splurge since I was there. And I also discovered, because I didn't know this before, was Tilda fabrics. And so I put some of those in here to use. Look, that looks like transparency. Isn't that fun? It just to remind me when I go shopping, this is my main fabric that I'm going to match back to. I just love it. It's a purple ground. So I can be more prepared when I go shopping. And I wanted to just show you too, it's the same size as a checkbook cover. So if you get a free one at the bank or something, then you don't even have to go through cutting this out. But it's handy to use. And also, you're going to have this left over, and this is almost as wide. Well, it is as wide. You could make another one just out of this if you really wanted to be thrifty about it. And there you have it. I hope this helps you in the future. Bye. If you like this, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and don't forget to pick up a copy of my book, The UFO Cure. It's on sacredquilt.com. You can also get a downloaded version for $4.95, which is sustainable and very affordable. Thanks so much. Bye.